Hello there folks, and thanks for joining me once again at my tying bench. And this time around I'm going to tie you a little caddis fly pattern. And it could also represent a little dark stonefly as well. And I thought you might like to see this one tied up this time. I'm tying some up for my box, so I thought I'd bring you along on this fly. And it only has a few ingredients in it here, and I'll explain them as I go. So, and I'm tying them on a size 12. I tie them from a size 12 down to an 18 actually for these here. So I'll go on 12 for the video. So pop him out of the vise and I'll get started for you. Now I'm using my good old 948 mustad, size 12 for the hook. We'll get that locked in here. And some denville 6/0 black thread. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is start our thread base, and this time I'm going about 2.5 eye lengths behind the eye this time around. And we'll wrap back here. Trim off that tag end here. And I'm going to bring the thread back to just about above the barb here. Just like so. Alrighty, so for the dubbing, I'm using one of my favorite dry fly dubbing. It's the kapok dubbing here. And I'm tying this one in a brownish color, cinnamon brown. And you can tie in a variety of different colors to match any caddis that you see on your water. I'm just tying this one in the cinnamon brown color. And there's no tail. I don't put no tail on this particular pattern. It's actually a pattern I come up with myself, and it works, so I thought I'd share this guy with you. So I put a fairly skinny noodle on this guy, a skinny body on it. Just dub it up here. Okay. And if you don't have the kapok dubbing, you just use whatever, you can use whatever dry fly dubbing you generally use. Alright. So, okay, I'm going to wrap back a couple wraps first here. Start my body, then we're going to wrap forward. One thing I like about this kapok though is it makes nice tight dubbing noodle, and it floats very, very well. Just back that off a little. Okay, there we go. There's our body. Pretty straightforward. Okay, now next thing is the wing, and for the wing I'm using elk mane. You may not have elk mane in your materials, but if you don't, you can use elk hair as well, or even deer hair as far as that goes. And I already have a bunch in the stacker here. I'm just going to give it a couple taps to even it up. And I'll take that other stacker here. Okay. I'm just going to measure that wing up. I want it to come past the band of ways, not too far. Just out past the band of ways, and I'm going to just hold it on top, and I'm going to take my scissors and clip that to length. Okay, I'm going to come up around with a pinch wrap, come down, pinch that right on top. I'll do a couple here. Then you want to wrap back a few softer wraps towards the back, then come forward again. Just check, make sure it's right on the top there, looks good. Alrighty, now what I like to do is go in between. I'm going to work my thread in between those hairs as I wrap forward, just like so. I do that on my elk hair caddis as well. Then I'll come back and wrap that down. Just gonna trim it up there, tidy it up a little bit before I go forward. Trim a few of those out. Okay. So you want to try to achieve a smooth base for our hackle. And there's our wing. Just like so. Alright, I got one more stray fiber there I see. I'll snip him out. Okay. Now I'm using grizzly for the hackle. You can also change up the hackle too, but I generally use grizzly on these guys. I got a size 12 grizzly hackle here. I'm going to tie that right on top. And as always, I have a few barbels stripped on the far side, which is going to come down around first. Just makes it a little neater hackle that way. I'm not being superly fussy on these, or they're going in my box for fishing, so. Alright. That's pretty good. So now, I'll start with my fingers here, and we'll come around. First wrap right in front of the wing, like so. Then we're going to come forward here, It didn't go quite how I wanted it, so I'm going to start over. If it doesn't go the way you want, you can always back up and start again, which is good about fly tying. Alrighty, now where I'm getting close to the end, I'm going to grab my pliers here, clip onto that hackle. Okay, we're just about where we want to be here. Probably get one more turn up like so, then we're going to tie off. A couple wraps behind, snug the thread tight. A couple in front of that. And I want to reach in, snip him out ever so careful. Just like so. Okay, and I got a few hackles flaring out there, but what I'm going to do is bring in my half hitch here and make a half hitch knot. Push those back. Just like so. We'll do one more here. Okay, there we go. Alrighty, so there's our hackle. Now, I'm going to build a neat little head on him here, so I'm just going to push those hackles back. Like I say, these are for me to fish with, so you might notice I'm not being over particular on them, but okay. So all that's left to do, folks, is a whip finish. Very simple little fly to tie, but it does catch fish. Okay, so I definitely recommend if you get to tie some of these up, add them to your box. Whip finish there. Snug it down nice and tight. Come in and I'll snip off the thread. Okay, there we go. Hackle looks good on there. I'm not going to be too fussy. And that's all there is to it. It's a very quick fly to tie, and you can get quite a few in your box in no time at all. And I recommend you give a few of them a try. And like I was saying, if you don't have this here, elk mane rather. If you don't have this stuff here, just use your regular elk hair or deer hair if you wish. Okay, last step, I'm going to put a little Solares on the head of this little guy. Bring that in, just touch the thread rats a little bit there, all the way around. Keep that thread head nice and durable there. Okay, we'll shoot them with the UV light. We're done. Okay, there we go. Okie dokie. There we have it. Another size 12 elk mane caddis. And like I was saying, don't be afraid to change up the colors. If you notice some caddis on your waters, just match the color of the body and the wing. And you could also change up the hackle as well. Very simple little guy to tie. Nothing to it really. And I thought you might like to watch me how I put this guy together and tie a few for yourself. Excuse me. So anyway, if you'd like to see more of my videos, hit the subscribe button if you wish, and throw down a like and any comments as well if you wish. And like I always say out there, until next time folks, happy tying, and I hope to see you all again soon. So long for now.